feet tall. He was 10 times the size of him, how scared he was of him. He didn't talk about anything like that. David, when faced with Goliath, never talked about how dangerous he was. He talked about how great God is. Come on. He taught faith and not fear. And that's what you have to do today. Amen. Whether you have Hamans out there trying to kill you, trying to stop you, you have to talk faith and not fear. Haman believed everything happened by chance, by time, because he, as I told you before, he was an atheist. Right. Amen. And he didn't believe in any high power, didn't believe in God or any of that. He had his own worldview, and that was Haman's deal. Today there are people who are out to kill your dreams, to kill your purpose, and all of your aspirations. Why? Because they either don't believe in God or they lost their belief in God. God has a purpose in all of our pain, a reason for our struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. God wants us to see that He's always in control. Amen. And that there is nothing random. I'm going to say that again. God wants us to believe that He's always in control and nothing happens, listen to me, random. Oh God, you praying, you talking to God, but you don't see nothing moving, you don't see nothing working. Amen. It's like that seed that's planted in the soil. Amen. You don't see anything working, but scientists or people who work with, I don't know what you call them, farmers or whatever, they would tell you that even though the seed is in the ground, it's germinating, it's working, it's in the dark. But I realize in the Bible that God does some of His best work in the dark. When it's hidden, when you can't see Him. Does some of His best work in the dark. There are times when people have went to bed hungry and woke up fed. Come on. There's times when people went to bed crying and woke up joyful. Yeah. Because God's hidden hand was working even when we couldn't see it. Will you trust me? If I don't show you the route, will you still walk it? If I don't show you the way, will you still believe in me? Sometimes God works behind the scenes just to see if we'll trust His heart and be faithful to Him. Don't lose your mind when you're going through, because you ain't heard nothing. You haven't seen nothing. You haven't had a dream or a vision. Maybe God is not working through the revealed hand in that situation. Maybe He's working through His hidden hand behind the scenes. Isn't it amazing?
Greetings, family. Welcome back to Travel with Tay. I know that this is short notice, but I do appreciate the people that are going to watch this live. I appreciate the people that are going to watch the replay. Thank you so much. As usual, please click like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification button. And I just want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for adding Travel with Tay to the family tree and to the family cookouts, right? But seriously, thank you so much for joining the Travel with Tay family, because you don't have to. So I took some notes, y'all, so I will stay on track, because y'all know I'll be all over the place. But thank you, Jedijef, Danki, Merci, Jarama, Abaraka, Gracias. I think that's all the languages I know how to say thank you. So you all may have just, for those who did see the video that I just played, That was in regards to each one teach one being invited somewhere to church. And I haven't been to church in like a very, very long time. When I first moved here, I would volunteer at 2 different churches just to volunteer my time when I could. And unfortunately, church people just ran me away. So when during my last getaway, I do have a video for that, but editing videos take forever, y'all. So during my last getaway, I met a group of women. One of the women looked at me and she saw my bag. Me and my friend were walking away. We were leaving, and she saw my bag and she said something about my bag. And we started talking. And it just so happens we have a lot of things in common. Before I go any further, thank you, Stevie J, for my beautiful earrings. I appreciate you. I am wearing a Tay-Tay's Boutique dress. This is a long dress. I will take a few pictures and put them on my community page for you all to see it, because it looks like a bag, but then you put a belt on, it looks so cute. So I met a group of women, and it just so happens like she lived in New York, I lived in New York. We have a lot of things in common. I met a seamstress as well. So it's great to have 2 other seamstress in the country, in the States. So that's a great thing. And I started telling them about each one teach one. And, the outfit and the Gambia and things like that, and Tay-Tay's Boutique. And I told them about the website. So that's how each one teach one was invited to the church. So the woman that I was speaking to, she said that she started telling me about her church and how they have different outreach services to the community in Kenya and in other countries. So she was telling me she wanted me to meet the woman at her church that's in charge of that. I'm like, yes, thank God for the opportunity to share each one teach one to other people. That's how it's going to grow. So, when I go to church, it's like, I know that. So if someone invites me to church, I may not go the way I used to go back in the day. But if someone invites me and it fits into my schedule, I will go. Because I do know that the universe, God, is always going to send me a message. I mean, you can get a message from anyone. So I know God is going to always send me a message. So I thought, or give me what I need. So I thought, okay, me going to church, I'm going to get how can I say this? I thought me getting what I needed was me sharing each one teach one with a larger group of people. But I didn't know in the end what I was going to get. You all know that for the past, few videos that I've been uploading, it takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot out of my energy. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to be a lawyer. It takes a lot out of you. So I've been dealing with some things. This morning, I got a phone call from the Gambia, and it was bad news. And I'm like, oh, which made me late for late for church, because I knew that they would be introducing me to the congregation. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm running late. This is crazy. However, the bad news, some things you can do things about and some things you can't. So I'm just going to let it go, right? And let God. So all of these things happen before I even made it to church, right? I'm late. I got the bad call this morning. I'm making phone calls. I'm late leaving the house. Then I put in the wrong address. It was 7100. I put in 7400. So I'm driving, and it's like rocks, and I'm like, man, I ain't bring my gun. I'm like, where am I being invited to? So I check the flyer that they sent me, I put in the wrong address. So thank God it was only 3 minutes away, right? So I get there. I can't even, the way the building is, it's a door. I hear people, but the door is closed, right? So I go around the front. That's not the way to get in. I go around, I can't get into church. I go around the back. Then I see the doors. I walk in and a woman gives me a few papers, and the person that invited me was there to greet me. So she went, we sat down. So that's the video that you heard. I'm sitting there and I'm listening and I'm like, I have to record this, not just for you all, but for myself too, because it was confirmation for me. I know that, you know, I have businesses that I'm trying to start. I have the business that I'm running. I have a new business opportunity. And then I'm trying to travel soon. So it's like, I know I have a lot on my plate, and a lot of this legal stuff with the whole scamming, you know, it takes a lot out of me. So this morning I'm just going through it. So I listened to that message and it was just confirmation that I have to stay focused. I have to tell you exactly what the confirmation is. So the confirmation for me for that video was, I know it's going to be a long, hard, bumpy road, but, you know, my creator constantly reminds me that I got you. I got you. You can't keep putting out positive energy and expect to receive negative all the time, just like vice versa. So this is why I live the life that I live. This is the reason why I carry myself the way I carry myself, because I want to get what I put out. Life is hard enough, you know, than dealing with all the nonsense I'm dealing with, and then just dealing with life in general, right? Nothing's always perfect. So I just try to treat people how I want to be treated. You know, Michael Jackson say, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. You know, I can only start with me. I can only change my ways. So that's why I treat people how I want to be treated. So the second thing was for me to stay focused, stay on task, and continue to walk in my purpose. Right? Yes, y'all saw me crying. So when I go to church, I turn into a crybaby. I'm not like that, but I do have tears flowing, and they're not necessarily tears of pain. They're tears of joy, because if my life journey is ever put into a book, then y'all will understand, or anybody that sees me when I go to church and I cry, they will understand why I'm crying. Like, I'm so grateful for the life that I've been given, the life that I've been working towards, working hard to achieve. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm grateful for where I am. I'm grateful for the process. I'm grateful for the journey. So I'm realizing that I am walking in my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, I make hair products. I love making my hair products, but I make them out of necessity. It's not something that I want to do all the time, right? I want to be able to have a manufacturing facility where I can teach people how to make it, and that's it. I don't, I love it, but I feel like that's not necessarily my purpose. I love fashion, yes, but I also know that certain things go hand in hand. How can I say this? With the celebrities, you know, they look a certain way, they wear certain clothes, they can build their brand. So I do love that I have Tay-Tay's boutique, and I have the opportunity to wear the clothes that I want to wear. You know, not being slim. Y'all may think I'm slim, but not being really slim, you know, wearing a size 4, wearing a size 6, it may be hard for me to find clothes. That's why I started my weight loss journey, because I was tired of shopping at Lane Bryant, spending $30, $40 for a shirt. So that's why I started my weight loss journey. So now when you lose weight, your wardrobe opens up. And for me to have the opportunity to get my own clothes made, I'm grateful, because moving here to Arizona, I was like, I'm gonna find me an abuela. which means grandma in Spanish. I'm gonna find me an abuela. If she sews, I'm gonna get her to make me some clothes. But who knew the journey was Africa? The journey was Africa. So yes, I'm grateful that I do have Tay-Tay's Boutique, that we can have West African attire or wherever I travel and get clothes from, but you can have unique pieces. I love that. But is that my life's purpose? My life's purpose is each one teach one. And the things that were the most made the most impact in my life, or the things that, what's the word I'm looking for? That I feel that I'm the most happy about, that I've accomplished. So I know that's horrible English, y'all, but I can't get the right words out. But the things that I'm most happy about is the thing when I go through a huge storm. When I go through a huge storm, and at the end I'm like, oh, that's why that storm was so hard. Because I didn't know what the end result was going to be. That's how it was when I moved to Arizona. So I equate that to this journey through the Gambia. I know that in the end, I'm going to be where I want to be. I know I'm going to be successful in the Gambia, and I will be able to, through the foundation, make an impact in other people's lives. They say to whom much is given, much is required. I don't have much, but I do know that I have more than a lot of my brothers and sisters over there. So in the small ways that I can help, I will help. And each one teach one is giving me that opportunity. So to know that it took me volunteering in school for you all to see that, and then to start donating, and then each one teach one was birth. So when I always said I want each one teach one, the foundation is in the Gambia. That is the hub, so to speak. But I want to be able to travel to other countries through each one teach one. And meeting this woman and being invited to the church has given me the opportunity to, they go to Kenya. And when I introduced myself and I said the Gambia, West Africa. And afterwards, I didn't know she was the assistant pastor, but she looked so cute, y'all. She was so cute. Her shoes looked like they were from Africa, but they weren't. They were so cute. And as soon as I took the mic, I'm like, Yangi, nice day. And I had to tell her what I said, but she looks so pretty. But afterwards, we started speaking, and she said, oh, I have a sister in the Gambia. And she told me the name, and it's a Gambian name. So then she showed me the pictures, and she does community work, foundation work in the Gambia. So when I do go back, I'm grateful that I will have the opportunity to meet her, and who knows? I don't, every time I take a step, I don't know where the creator is going to take me. I don't know where the ancestor is going to take me. I'm just literally walking into my purpose. A lot of this is uncharted territory for me. I've never run a foundation, but I know that everything that I do when I'm going to the next step, everything is a stepping stone. Everything is a learning process. It's just like we're starting a business. Everything is a learning process, and I'm learning, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm not afraid to talk to someone that has a foundation already and say, hi, can you help me? Especially if they look like you. This is the only way that we're going to really be able to build generational wealth, is if someone is in a position to, let me pull you along. Let me help you along. Let me show you what someone didn't show me. And, in life, I see myself doing that. But I'm grateful when there is someone that's doing that for me, because it doesn't happen all the time, especially in our community. If it did, then I think our community will be built and growing like the Chinese, like the Lebanese, like the Tubabs. But, each one teach one is about connecting Africans around the world. And I'm grateful to her, because hopefully we'll have lunch, because I do have a few projects that I'm working on that is really tight within the next 3 weeks. But I'm going to make time. So I wanted to, let me make sure I went over all my notes. I did. So I'm not going to keep y'all for long, because I know that this is Saturday, is short notice. And as y'all see, I'm looking a little cute. I ain't going nowhere though. I was supposed to go work out. I was supposed to go work out after church, but that didn't happen. So it's still early. It's 3:53. So I might still go for my 4 or 5 mile walk and think. So this takes me into the next segment. So the paper that was given to me was called refrigerator thoughts. So let me explain to you what refrigerator thoughts is. Of course, my papers flew everywhere. So, gave me a paper that says, "Don't be afraid to lose fake friends," which was funny. I mean, it was just all type of confirmation. But so refrigerator thoughts. You know how you're hungry, you go instant, especially during COVID, right? COVID, we were going to the refrigerator. It was a meme that said, "Close the refrigerator. You're not hungry, you're just bored," right? So when you stand in front of the refrigerator, your mind tends to go think about things that you need to do, you want to do, but all of these things you have to do. Some of these things happen in the shower when I'm walking. Not when I'm doing like the hardcore workouts, but when I'm walking, my brain really thinks about everything I got to do. I got to do this. I got to do that. When you're driving, certain things, so they call it refrigerator thoughts. You're just standing there, you're looking in the refrigerator, but your mind may be looking at the food, what you want, but it's not there. So that's one of the papers that he gave us. Now, I'm just going to share this with you because it was impactful to me. I don't know if it's going to be impactful to anyone else. So it says refrigerator thoughts, dealing with depression. Your current situation is not your final destination. Now, they gave me these papers. I sit down. I told y'all what I was going through this morning. And the first sentence it made me emotional. I may be emotional reading this, but your current situation is not your final destination. There's more to your life. Number 2, what you don't release will increase. Never keep your battle silent. So sometimes people come on, y'all know my comments are held for review because some people are really disrespectful. And some people do say, "Why are you talking about this? You're coming in with your BS and your court and this and that." And I'm just like, how horrible are we inside that we can't see what's going on? And then you come at someone that's fighting a battle that's not just for me. If I don't say nothing, if I don't say anything, then there's going to be other YouTubers later on down the line or whomever saying the same thing. So I try not to let certain comments affect me because this is part of the territory. People can say what they want. But I was looking at what's her name? The chick Natural. I love her. I've been watching her since back in the day. I love her, but and just seeing how she grew her channel. So she made a video and she's being more personal, and she's talking more. I don't want to say personal, but because she doesn't talk about her family at all, right? Which is beautiful, but she's sharing more. And she did a video, and it was the truth about vlogging. And she was saying how people just say the most hurtful things, right? And you have to be silent. You can't say anything. You got to bite your tongue, because I know being in front of the public, we are judged more. So when things happen in our lives, it's more heightened. When I got robbed, people were saying, "Oh, awesome. Everybody get robbed. They get robbed in America." Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? But because it's online, it was heightened. People go through things, relationships, but when you're online and you're in front of the camera, you're opening yourself up to more criticism, which is fine. You have to have thick skin. So I'm grateful that I guess I had the life that I had growing up, because it made this skin thick. And the more I grow and the more I mature and the more I learn about Tay, the more I say, you don't like me? Okay. We not fine. Everyone's not going to like you. And that's okay. But I still have to be me. I still have to be able to look in the mirror and love myself. We all have to do that. So you have to have thick skin being a vlogger. So when it says what you don't release will increase. And that's with anything. If you don't talk about things, what's going to happen is you're going to blow up on somebody. So, but that, like I said, was for me. Never keep your battle silent. I've said what I had to say. Will there be more videos? Who knows? The more evidence I go through, the more stuff I find, we'll see. I'll play it by ear. So it says, this chapter is not your only story. This current moment is not your identity. This pain is not your life. I'm going to say that again. This chapter is not your only story. This current moment is not your identity. And this pain is not your life. My channel, y'all saw happy. Then y'all saw, y'all saw the legal side of Tay. I try to hide that side, but I couldn't. But I also know that as long as I have breath in my body, I'm still writing. We're all still writing. And we can't erase, but we can rewrite. You have something written down. It doesn't work. Let's rewrite that. I wish I could go back to 2 years ago and say, carry you behind the Ghana. But that wasn't my destiny. I made a choice, and I am happy that I made the choice that I made. I'm not happy that I went through the ish and continue to go through the ish that I'm going through, but I am happy that I got to live somewhere for an extended period of time. I always thought it would be a Latin country. I really always thought that I would be in a Latin country for an extended period of time. I got to learn a language, which is so, I'm jealous of people when I see them speaking other languages. I'm like, so when I see the Gambians and they speak in multiple languages, I'm like, man, if a dude want to get me, just start speaking to me in different languages. But I love language, right? I love different languages. So to be able to learn an African culture, to be able to be exposed to brothers and sisters that look like me every day, that have beautiful homes and have these extravagant assets. I live in Arizona. I see few, but the majority are two Bobs that have those assets. So it makes a difference in my life seeing those things. So I know that I could go somewhere else, but I have to see this to the end. And I do believe that the Gambia is for me. Now, yes, I'm going to go to other countries but to visit, but I do feel like the Gambia it has my heart. The Smiling Coast. And I will always visit back and forth. And I do want to open up businesses for an entrepreneur that doesn't have a whole bunch of money, contrary to what people may think. I ball out on a budget. But Ghana's too expensive for me, from what I see. I've never been there, but it looks like it's too expensive for me. When I was online looking at things, I'm like, oh, oof. But for an entrepreneur, the Gambia is a blank canvas. It's a developing country. Now, everyone doesn't want to be an entrepreneur, right? Some people are just like, kudos to you. I don't want that. But for someone that's an entrepreneur and they like startups and they just want to have multiple businesses, the Gambia is a perfect place because it's a developing country. Now, yes, it has its ups and downs. This is why I don't sit and sugarcoat anything with you all. I'm going to tell you the good and the bad. People say, you shouldn't have said nothing about this. You shouldn't have said that. Well, why? If I'm using my platform and I'm talking to you all and I'm saying the Gambia is a beautiful place, and then I just show you the good parts and not the bad parts, then shame on me. Shame on me. Because if we have a platform, then we need to be honest. Because I don't want anyone saying, Jawa Tay said it wasn't going to be hot. I tell the people, there's some people that's going to the Gambia soon, and I'm like, y'all, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. And if, I don't want them coming back saying, oh, she said it was going to be nice. No, I'm honest. The video that I showed about Taft property, some people said it was too expensive. To each their own. But I also know how Westerners are, how we are. We are used to a certain standard, right? So if you go somewhere and you're like, okay, the price may be a little less expensive. Story time. Okay, there's always a story time, right? So there was a family that stayed at my compound. A group of women and children. And the reason why I let them in is because they had hell Airbnbs. So we picked them up from the Banjul seaside. We took them to their Airbnb. It was nice compound. I don't think they knew that it didn't have a generator or solar backup, anything. So when the power went out, they were miserable. I don't know how many days they stayed for. So then they go to another one. Now this one, they had the fan, the desk fan nailed to, I think it was the ceiling, and they said that was air conditioned. They had a 5-month-old baby with them. He didn't cry for anything. He cried because he just whined because it was hot. They're not used to that. They go to another Airbnb. This one was horrible. She called somebody crying. She sent pictures. The person was fixing the lock. Like you could put your hand right through this, like the door. Put your hand right through, right? And it wasn't what was being promoted. Now it was these were Airbnbs. It was within the price range. It wasn't as expensive as they say that apartment that I showed. But if you don't have solar, if you don't have a battery powered let me say that again, battery powered generator, if you do not have, or gas powered generator, if you need security, right? If it's a house of women and children, then I would say have security. So you have to pay for that. And then this one had a pool. I just love swimming. So, But some people said, oh, that's too expensive. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if these people have been to the Gambia. If they live there, then it's something different. But that apartment was for someone that is visiting 3 weeks, a month, whatever. It's not long term. So if two people were going, I didn't think that that was expensive because I know how much security is. Now you can hire someone just, oh, I'm just going to hire this person as security. Okay. How many people got robbed? Just hiring somebody, just security? When I look for the business, right, after I got robbed and I went to look for security through a business, I think it was G4S. I think it's called G4S. 12 hours overnight, X amount of days a week. I don't know if it was 7 days, but it was over 15,000 Dalasi, at least $300. Now, yes, there are cheaper or less expensive security companies, and I've seen a few in some businesses that I went into, right? And you can tell. All right, so I shouldn't say that you can tell, but in my opinion, from what I saw, G4S, some people take pride in their uniforms. It's pressed, it's nice, right? Some of the other companies I saw, I mean, his uniform didn't even look like it was washed. It was dirty, it was wrinkled, and he's in a business. This was a huge business that I had walked into. So I called them. Yes, it was much less expensive. But if I saw the representation of your business, I'm like, I don't know. But a pro for any business for hiring security through a business is there's insurance. So if something happens, then your stuff can be replaced. But if you hire someone off the street or even someone that someone else knows, you may take the chance of getting set up and getting robbed. I mean, it happened to multiple YouTubers. So when you are there, you can break down how much things cost. And that's why I say that apartment, I don't think that was too expensive. You know, I don't. 2 people, 30 days, 500. A hotel is way more expensive. There was someone told me about an American is there. Someone told me about an apartment in Fajara. They wanted $700-800. I have yet for her to confirm if it's a 1-bedroom. Thank you so much, Tim Black. Hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate you. I know it's not drama. I am a versatile person, but it was like $700-800. I'm assuming it was a 1-bedroom. Don't know. She never confirmed that. So we have to be mindful of, because I'm telling you, that Dalasi will go quick. And I'm not a cash person in America. I use my credit card for everything. I'm recording a video today, y'all. But I use my credit card for everything. So when I have Dalasi, I go get my money. And before I know it, I have none left. I'm like, what the hell? You can ask anyone in the Gambia, that money go quick. That Dalasi go quick. So, yeah. So go back to the hell Airbnbs. So the last Airbnb that she went to, well, the second to the last, like I said, she could put her hand through there, and the person was like, well, I'm fixing it now. It really got ugly to the point where she called someone else because I don't know. And people may yell at you and they may not do anything, but as a woman, if a man is yelling and getting aggressive, we like, all right, I don't know if he gonna hit me. You know, you don't know. We're women. I don't know. So she was scared. So when I heard about all of these things, because she was just hopping from Airbnb to Airbnb based on her money. that she had based on her finances. So when I heard about that, I told her, you can stay in my room. I'll go get a hotel. At that time, it was during COVID. So the Tamala was only $50, $2,500 Dalasi, $50 for the night. It's not that now. I know it's not that now. So I gave them my bedrooms just so they could have air conditioning. They can, you know, I took them to Motus at that time because they needed. Africa can be a little overwhelming because it's not our culture. We're not used to it. So when things, you know, things happen, you can just feel overwhelmed. So I wanted to be there to help them. So I gave them my rooms just so they can get back to what they know and regroup. Now, the last Airbnb that they stayed at, they had air conditioning. It was nice. Now they were complaining like, oh, they charge us I'm like, if you want the air conditioner on, you're going to pay for it. When I did use my air conditioning, I put $1,000, which is $20 on the lights. You know, you have to prepay. Put $20 on the air conditioner. I used it for 3 nights. Gone. I'm like, oh no, I don't want this. So this is why when you stay in a guest house, the cash power is yours. Like you have to pay that. It's best when they build the guest houses where everyone has the different apartments have their separate cash power, because some people would leave the house. In America, we would leave the house and leave the air conditioner on. I don't like paying my light bill. So I'm like, if I'm not here, cut it off. I'll cut it back on. It'll get cool quick. It is what it is. If not, I'll cut the fan on and sit in front of it until I cool off. But I don't, especially if I know I'm going to be going for, you know, an hour. Even if I just go to the gym an hour, I cut the air conditioner off. Some people say that that's not good. It was like, you're using more electricity when you're cutting it on. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. But if I'm not there, then I don't need to be using electricity. So I cut it off. But in the Gambia, some of the owners of the guest houses will charge you. If they know you left and you left the air conditioner on, they will charge you because it's a waste of electricity. So you want people. So this is why I say the people that said, oh, this is this and this and this about the apartment. I'm like, I know people want, hey, boo. Hey, Gail at night. I loved your other live, beautiful. Give you your flowers now, like the brother said. That sister is, I'm a techie. Man, I want to be like her when I grow up. So I know that we have certain comforts that we want. You go to the Gambia in October after rainy season, you're going to be hot. You're going to think you in hell. I was sitting there and just sweating. Like it's like somebody was just pouring water on me. And they like, pet yourself. And I'm like, for what? Right? I pat myself and it's going to be like somebody still pouring water on me. Like I have my own personal rain cloud following me around. But you want the comfort, you're going to pay for it. So that was just that little thing about the guest house. I just wanted to clarify some things. Like I said, it's an update. Oh, you know, Gail says she didn't get a notification of the live. You know, some of my subscribers are saying that, but I did just do it. It was like 2:30. I just said, let me just hop on and give you all an update. But some of my subscribers are saying that they don't get the notification, even though the notification button has been clicked. But we know YouTube and we know we got brown skin, so maybe they try to play us out. I don't know. Y'all know once we get let into anything, sports, anything, we take over. But that's that Black excellence, right? That's that African excellence. We are the original people. And once we realize who we are, we will start walking in our purpose and getting back to walking in my purpose. So, number 4, it says, depression is the absence of appreciation. It's hard to feel depressed when you find reason why you are blessed. So that's why I said the energy that I have, I try to always be happy and be grateful for something. I have a roof over my head. I have food to eat. I have the ability to travel. I'm grateful, because there's some people, especially after COVID, they lost everything. So I'm grateful. So when people say, "Oh, you have that childlike spirit and this, that, and the third," that's what makes me feel good. You know, being happy, fitness makes me happy, push out them happy endorphins, and doing for others. That's what really gives me joy. Just doing for others, whether it's just giving someone a compliment. Yesterday I was invited to a Zumba event, a Zumba masterclass. So it's all instructors, and they get to choose different songs, and you get to see someone else's choreography. So it's like iron sharpening iron. So we go to this event. Oh my gosh. So I think my friend paid $50 for each ticket. So it was $100. So I rode with her. I have a video coming about that. They got a nice car. Jesus. I love cars, y'all. Y'all should know that by now. But so we go there, and I'm grateful that I was asked to go, because she was looking for someone else, and I'm grateful that I was asked to go. So besides fitness, me giving back and treating people nice, it always comes back. You plant those seeds and the harvest always comes back. So this is why I have that childlike spirit. This is why I'm just like, I have to enjoy life. It's hard. Y'all see what I'm going through? It's hard, but do I get down? Yes. I'm going through this big legal case. Do I sometimes feel depressed? Yes. I'm human. And then I go to the gym. I do things that make me happy, because life can beat you down. We got bob and weave. So the last one says, your heart will heal. Your tears will dry. This pain will end. Depression is real, but so is deliverance. When I sat down and I got a chance to read these 5 points, it did make me emotional, because it just spoke to me. The reason why I don't take a lot of crap from people is, when you've been delivered from certain things, then you don't put yourself back into it, right? And for so long growing up, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. They could say that. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh. And then as I got older and matured, I'm like, well, what the heck makes them think that they are God's gift to this earth, that they can come and just be disrespectful and say things that are inappropriate or whatever to someone, and they're not supposed to say anything back? So as I got older, I think it was like my late 20s, early 30s, I was just like, no. So this is why I say things. I'm not going to keep this whole situation, this lawsuit. I'm not keeping certain things inside, because all it's going to do is eat me up inside. So if the things were done in public, then Shantae will address it in public. Hopefully I don't have to make any more videos until court happens, but who knows? But that is it. Oh, I have one more thing for you all. So they always say that women are strong, this, that, and the third. I'm not necessarily into that strong woman. I really don't care about that. But it says, things mentally strong people do, by Paul Hilse, Hilse. They move on. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. 2, They embrace change. They welcome challenges. I think that's my type A personality, or maybe it's just my personality. I do embrace change because I know in order for me to grow, I have to change. Every stage in our life, every year, I want to be doing something different, or going to the next level. Every 10 years, I want to see a huge change. I do feel sorry for people, or I sympathize with people that don't like change, because a lot of times their lives will stay stagnant. Life is all about change, so I welcome challenges. I used to run a nurse's floor. I love that high strung. I have a high strung personality. I have a type A personality. So challenges for me, I welcome challenges. It's just that there's too many challenges right now. And it's just like, but I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting. So they stay happy and joyful. They don't waste energy on things they can't control. So I had to cut the air off. My air condition broke, right? The compressor broke. I have central air, so the compressor broke, and then my garbage disposal broke. It's just so funny. Same day. So now they brought me a portable air condition, and the thing is loud as ever, so I can't have it on when I'm doing the live. So they say when it rains, it pours, right? But even with that, I'm just gonna smile and keep it moving, because what did this point just say? Mentally strong people don't waste their energy on things they can't control. I can't control when they change the compressor. They did change the garbage disposal. Side note, why are garbage disposals even a thing? Who throws garbage down the sink? I would rather have a compost as opposed to a garbage disposal. So it's funny when I used to live I live in an apartment now, but when I see emails and they're like, please don't throw trash in the toilet. Please. I said, who the hell throwing trash in the toilet? But if someone can explain to me, I never understand the purpose of a garbage disposal. It's in the kitchen. Why don't you just throw the stuff in the trash? Like I said, I would rather have a compost. If it's food and things like that, put it in a compost. It's going to break down. It's going to turn into soil for my garden. But yeah, I never understood the garbage disposal. So I don't even use the garbage disposal, and it broke. So they changed that. But there's things that's going on in the Gambia that I have no control over. And it is super stressful. And it has nothing to do with the cases, right? But what do? I say, you know what? I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to let it go. So when I ended up in church today, I got the confirmation that I needed, that everything is going to be fine. No matter what happens, which way it goes, everything is going to be fine. And one thing I'm grateful for is always having a backup. My stepdad always used to say, you always got to have two of everything. And he's Muslim. I'm like, you're supposed to have two wives? But a car, whatever. He says, you always got to have two of everything, because one thing will break. So one of the things I would say going to the Gambia is always have a backup, not just to the Gambia. When you travel anywhere or in life, period, always have a backup, because we can plan and sometimes things don't go as we plan. Number 4. So you see, that's why I stay happy and joyful. Mentally strong people have to stay happy and joyful, because life will bring you down, and no one wants to fall into a depression. I work out too much for that. Not that makes a difference, but at least it does help. When you're stressed out, I go to the gym, put it all out there in my workout. And when I leave, I'm like, what Cat Williams say? The lights went off. Cut the lights? They cut the lights off? Forget it. I got some candles I've been waiting to burn. You get that I don't care spirit, right? Like, whatever. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. That's why I stay in the gym. I have to stay in the gym. With everything that's going on in my life, if I don't stay in the gym, I'm going to be somewhere banging on some padded walls. losing my mind due to stress. We live in the West. We know what stress about. Number 4, they are kind, fair, and unafraid to speak up. Right? That's me. And I'm grateful that I'm not afraid to speak up. Thank you, Gail. You may support my channel. Thank you so much. We have to speak up. We have to speak up for the underdogs. We have to speak up for ourselves. But in all fairness, I do try to be kind to people. I don't want to be out here being malicious. That's not, what am I going to get out of that? Nothing. That's not my energy. That's not my spirit. That's not the vibrations I like to live in. I like to live in the high vibrations. Those videos brought up my low vibrations, but they needed to be done. But y'all got some high vibrations videos coming very soon. They are willing to take calculated risk. I took a risk, but thank God that wasn't calculated. I thought it was calculated, but evidently it was uncalculated. I took an uncalculated risk, and I take responsibility for that. But like I said, I had a backup, which is great, which I'm grateful for, right? They celebrate other people's success. They don't resent that success. I'm so grateful. I'm going to share this because she did share it on her page. So Purelistic Health, I did a few videos for Purelistic Health, right? And I'm so happy that she is opening her own store, right? You all know that she was in Chandler Mall, and I don't know the name of the store that she was a vendor at, but now the sister is opening up her own store, and I'm so grateful to you. So just like the brother said to Gail, I'm giving you your roses while you're alive now. Congratulations, Miss Letitia Long. Congratulations. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for her, right? I will be going up there to help her and things like that. I will be recording some things, and she does have some things in the works, and I'm so grateful to be able to share that on my platform. And she's a subscriber turned sister friend, right? So I'm grateful to each and every subscriber that ever watches my live, you know, even the ones that aren't subscribed. Thank you for watching, because you don't have to. I'm grateful to the subscribers turned friends, turned sisters. It just shows me that there are brothers and sisters out there that are not like some of the people that I have to expose, right? That we believe in each other, that we support each other, that we want each other to move forward, where we can support and share in someone's success, or how did they say it? Celebrate another person's success, because another person's success can be your success. You're supporting them even if you don't want anything in return, even if your mind is not that you're thinking of anything in return. You're just literally genuinely happy for someone that looks like you in America making it. And don't resent them for, oh, they doing this. They doing better than me. I'm getting emotional. They're doing better than me. No, that's how you make it to the next level, by not hating on the next person. You know, I love seeing my people win. It reminds me of Black Wall Street, and I know we can do it. Yes, some of us are doing it on the side, on their own, but as a people, we are not God's chosen people for nothing. People in America, I think that's why the war on us is so strong. It's trying to turn our men into women, our men into men into women, and vice versa. War on our children, war on education, war on where we live, war on our finances, socioeconomic. It's because we are trendsetters. Thank you, Cynthia Townsend. She said you're doing great work. Hopefully each one teach one is going to do way more work, but it's because we now, this is an opinion of someone else, and I'm just going to put it out there to make my point. We see that when our brothers and sisters come, even if they don't come to America, we Americans are judged. I speak to a lot of people that don't live in America, and they ask questions, and we have great conversations, but I do know that we are judged. We're oh, they're whores. They do this, they do that. We're over sexualized, hypersexualized. I shouldn't have said that because they probably gonna try to do something to it. But there's a war on us, and I understand why. And this is not even feeling ourselves as an African being born in America, but we are fly, right? We're trendsetters. Not that Africans period are trendsetters, but I don't know why people think African Americans are so rich. I don't know. Things are super expensive. Did y'all see the Happy Companion video where he said the milkshake was $6? You know what I mean? $14 for IHOP. I came back and the prices. I'm like, what? What happened? Inflation. No, this is not inflation. This is ridiculousness, but we are trendsetters. We saw that with the death of George Floyd and how the world stood up with us. So let's just think about, I'm talking to the people in America. So let's just think about if we really knew who we are and walk in it, right? Thank you, Cynthia Townsend. She says, keep speaking the truth. Samira. Tulbin Nehna. Samira, I love your name. Sister, you inspire me. Sending you love. Greetings from Virginia. Thank you so much. I used to live there too. I think I lived so many places. Thank you so much, sister. Imagine if, and this may just be me living in a fantasy world, right? Imagine if we really focus on us, on who we are. There's certain reasons why I don't watch Love and Hip Hop and all that other stuff, because I don't want to feed my spirit with this, but now I got to feed my spirit with this nonsense that's going on. But if we really knew who we are and our potential, I don't want to say we could run the world, but we could. Some people, there were some things where some YouTubers says things about African Americans, and some people just don't understand our culture, right? We were born in our ancestors. We come from Africa. When people say you're not African, then what the heck are we? I don't even entertain ignorant people like that. When they say you're not African, if we look just like you, then what are we? If you quick to call a Lebanese dude that's been in the Gambia for his generation, his children's generation, for about 3 generations, if you call them African and you don't call us, that's the type of ignorance that is out there, right? Everyone has opinions, just like everyone has mouths. So I just want to say, we deal with a lot of disrespect, and it's because I think people, what do they say? People fear what they don't understand. And Africans, kinetic Africans, they have their culture. They have their language. They have their surname. We don't. So from what I see, people do call themselves Black Americans, African Americans, Black African Americans. I don't know. I don't identify as Black, but I do identify as a billionaire. But we have a culture. We do have a culture. Now, what they show on TV, I don't know who culture that is. I'm from Jersey. When I tell people I'm from Jersey, they like, oh, Jersey, sure. I'm like, they ain't. No, I don't know who those people are. Most Jerseyans don't act like that. But when this is what is shown on TV, they think, oh, all African Americans are this, all African Americans are that. They rich, they this, they don't know anything. But I say this to the people that want to down African Americans. And some people are not going to like what I'm saying, but it's okay. Because it's my truth. African Americans, our African American ancestors fought, died, and are still fighting and dying for the rights for others to come here. If our African American ancestors did not fight for their rights and the rights that we have now, then how would anyone from another country be able to come here? So I say, how dare anyone disrespect an African American that was born here and come here and think you're better than someone? I question that. I challenge you. Because if it wasn't for our ancestors, not one blessed person that wasn't born here would be able to walk the grounds, unless they come illegally, right? But so I had to say that because I have these conversations behind closed doors with people, and I want to have like a platform like Gail did, because there are some conversations that are needed, right? That we need to have. They may be heated at times, but like I say, people fear what they don't understand. Some African Americans are afraid to go to Africa because they don't understand the culture. Hope's Garden. Hello, boo. Happy Sunday. Did I say it was Saturday? I don't even know what day it is. Happy Sunday. They've never been there. They don't understand the culture. So people fear what they don't understand. But that's why Each One Teach One is so important to me, because it's connecting Africans around the world. I always say this in many of my videos, that we are more alike than we are different. But where does the division come from? The Willie Lynch, the two Bobs. And when I say two Bobs, I'll talk about anybody that's not African, turning us against each other. Like the dark-skinned people don't like light-skinned people. Light-skinned people don't like dark-skinned people. What type of nonsense is that? So I always say, I challenge someone to let's vibrate on our higher vibrations, right? We are better than this. We are better than what we see. We are better than what they show others. When I went to Namibia, dude was like, "What's up, B?" I said, "Who you talking to?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I see that on TV. I thought that's what y'all like to be called." They no. So being a walking contradiction to many stereotypes is because of how we are portrayed. And most of us know better. Most of us know better. Some of us are really lost. I recorded a video. And I'm going to upload it. I just got to put a few more things to it. But someone contacted me, and I guess they saw me exposing the whole thing of what's going on. So I guess that they felt comfortable contacting me and telling me their story. And it just hurt my heart. Young lady, I won't say what she said, but she has been traumatized by a man. And what it did for me when I got that, when I spoke to this person, and I saw a TV show, and it was a woman. She lost two of her daughters to domestic violence, right? Corinne Bailey, I think that's her name. She had 3 daughters. She would always, she taught her daughters the importance of getting an education. And I don't know, I think that was her youngest daughter, her baby daughter. She was in college. She met a guy. But she met the guy, she was dating a guy when she was in high school. I think she was 17. She kept it a secret. The dude was 30, right? He should have been in jail. But the mother was like, she's mature. It's okay. She's mature. So she goes to college and she realizes, like, the family didn't know she was going through domestic violence. And he was very possessive. Why? Because he's older than her. She's younger. She hasn't lived her life. He's been dating her since she was 17. She wasn't even a full woman when he started dating her. So she started realizing that things weren't right. And they say the worst thing you can do is tell someone that you're going to leave them when you're dealing with domestic violence. And she told him. All of a sudden, they can't find her. He killed her and he cut her up. He dismembered her body. They go through court. I think something happened. They had to go through court again. I don't know if it was the second or the third time. They were gonna, it was a mistrial or something. They tried the guy. The night before the third trial, the mother is notified. The police come to the house. Why? Her other daughter was killed. And her granddaughter. By an abusive boyfriend. So when this sister contacted me, I said, I'm going to do a video. And I'm going to show his picture so people will know who to stay away from. Now, I'm not saying that this is domestic violence. I'm not saying anything of the situation that the sister told me. But when I saw those videos, when I saw that TV show, it connected with this video that I'm going to share with you all. I don't want to have to share this, but I don't know. People come to you and they tell you things. It's like, I'm about uplifting our women. And unfortunately, some horrible, horrible things. I'm not about uplifting our women and putting our men down. That's not what I'm saying. I love our men. And especially the ones that treat us right. The ones that scam and do us dirty. I don't care about them. But I don't know what to say when someone comes to me. I'm just supposed to say, oh, I'm not going to talk about that. No, it touches my heart. It touches my spirit, because guess what? That could have been me. It could have been me. I mean, I've been a victim of domestic violence once in my life. I didn't know what the hell to do. I said, I didn't know what to do. Right? My best friend called the cops. I didn't know what to do because I've never been put in that situation in my whole life. So when people stay, I'm like, I don't understand. But I empathize. And when they come to me and they tell me this, or I see it on TV, or if I hear about it, I don't know. Like I said, my channel is a lifestyle channel. So anything that happens in my life, I may share. And the story that this sister told me, I can't hold it in. I can hold the story in, but I will expose him. Sister, I hear you. I heard you. I empathize with you. And you will heal. the tears will dry up, right? This is why I say this me going to church today, this message, this confirmation wasn't just for me. It's for you too, sis. You're going to be fine. And I will use my platform to expose him. And then we'll move on. We'll move on. But that is it, you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening. And I will see you all soon. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate you. Gail is, I love her. That's Queen Gail. You'll see her all over the YouTubers' comments, and she is so excellent. She is an excellent moderator, right? I'm thinking about sports. She's an excellent moderator, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, you all. I will be shopping for the medicine for Each One Teach One to ship to the Gambia. And if anyone wants to donate, I have $100, and I'm going to show you all. You know, I'm transparent. I'm going to show you all. I'm going to get gauze, Band-Aids, cough medicine, Tylenol, Motrin, because you all know over-the-counter medication for us has to be purchased in their pharmacy. So I'm not selling it. I am giving it to the South Tallending Community Center, right? Where Chancellor Cisse is in charge there. So since I connected with him, I'm going to continue to help and donate that community center. So if you all want to donate, visit travelwithtete.com and click on the Each One Teach One button, and that will take you to the donation button. You can choose the children if you want to donate to for the students for their school supplies and things like that, or you can donate to the community, which is the community center will be under there. So no, I'm lying. The community center is not under there. Light Up the Gambia is under there, and then the community tab, you can donate to the community tab, and those monies will go to South Tallending Community Center, and I will buy medicine, and we're going to ship it over. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the sister who invited me to church this afternoon. I appreciate you. And thank you for the opportunity to share Each One Teach One with you all. Like I said, you all, if you want to shop, travel with Tete, Tete's Boutiques, go to travelwithtete.com. And I think that's it. Besides, do y'all like my hair? Can y'all see it? Yo, my twist is popping. This twist out, and it's funny. Every time I do my hair, right, and it's popping, I never record. Never record. And I'm like, seriously. Then when I record, my hair is like, it has, what did you call it? Stage fright. Oh, I don't want to act right. Oh, I don't want. And then when I don't record, I took my twist out. I was like, dang, girl, this twist out is popping. But thank you so much. I hope you all have a blessed Sunday. See, I told you I wasn't going to keep you all night tonight. Take care. Until the next video.